also. Start streaming. Dun, dun.
All right, before we get into this, have we split this into day 1 and day?
So not yet. Day 1 is going to cut off where the line break is.
After the most valuable guest.
If we wanted to make this shorter, we could move favorite replay in previous year game into day 2. So that way it's just bullshit.
I would enjoy that.
Okay.
We could do that.
Not for me, not for the sake of making it shorter, but for the sake of
keeping the day just bullshit.
Yes.
I gotcha. I like having like our day 1 be.
Yes, this is our day.
Our day, yeah, exactly.
Nobody else.
The best thing is like people love it. In my going off of like last year, people loved like the most valuable guest shit, and yeah, the reaction's always very good.
Most valuable guest, I love that fucking.
It's always funny to me, and it's always also like probably pretty hurtful, but no one will ever admit it to us. Okay.
The stakes are always high, dude. That's what makes it fun.
It's true. Someone will win and someone will lose. For
Yes,
sure.
Factual information.
Greg Miller will get cut in the first round of cuts. It will happen. All right.
It always has, traditionally speaking.
It's true, yeah. Hello and welcome to the Irrational Passions podcast. I'm Alex O'Neill. I'm your host for this deliberate podcast we are about to embark on. Joining me, as always, Scott Guthier.
Hello.
Tony Horvath.
Hello.
Brian Nabishan Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are here. This is day 2 of our 2018 Game of the Year deliberations. And this is going to be the day where we don't talk about video games. This is where we're now getting into actual Game of the Year deliberations. Nabishan has painstakingly organized 12 full pages of categories and nominees for us to sit down and break down into three games or 3 things per category, 1 winner and 2 runners up, Giant Bomb style. If you've listened to their thing, you'll be ready for this. A couple of things we want to say here at the top. I did a little bit of the intro last episode for day 1, which we did our personal kind of favorite games of the year of 2018, but just kind of give you a little intro again. This is the Irrational Passions podcast deliberations. This is reflective of the Irrational Passions podcast, the podcast that the 4 of us host every week and have for like years. So it's just a couple of things, right? We're just 4 dudes. It's just reflective of kind of our opinions, not relevant at all to today, which is not going to be like contentious, I don't think. There might be spoilers in these discussions. I imagine there could be some spoiler that comes up today just to spite someone. And we're going to have some fun. It's the 4 of us. Strap in. Let's look at some categories. Let's look at some nominees. Nabishan, do you want to tell me the categories that we're going to go through today?
Sure. So the categories we're doing today, day 1 or day 2, whatever this is.
Day 1 of deliberations, day 2 of podcasts.
What he said. Best IPP title of 2018. Most irrational game. Favorite entertainment distraction. Favorite Nabishan opener. And the NVG for the most valuable guest to appear on Irrational Passions in 2018.
What I like too is thank you to the Game Awards. You stepped your game up, Nabishan. You've written little descriptions of each category.
See, the thing is, they didn't do that this year or the last one, so I had to keep the tradition while they gave that up.
Yeah, and I did a similar thing for the editorial Game of the Year podcast, which if you want like a little bit more of a serious, I hate to say that because I feel like we do have some good conversations in these, but if you want like a more kind of straightforward, serious Game of the Year deliberations. You can also listen to the irrationalpassions.com editorial Game of the Year deliberations, which is me and 5 of the other editorial staff members. We did 7 categories in our top 10 list. We did the top 10 list differently, which was fun. Let's get right into it. Best IPP title of 2018. Best title of the podcast that we host, Irrational Passions Podcast. If you're unfamiliar with the title segment, this probably isn't going to mean much to you. Because there are almost 50 of these, I'm going to say what I always say of like, as we go through it, Scott, Nabish, and Tony, bump out the ones that you like, so that way we can kind of narrow it down after the first pass. But starting at episode 359, Zeitgeist, Anti-Jam Fam, I forgot about this, IPP for Life, All Systems Goku, I Cry a Lot, It's Fine, These Keys Are Best Keys. I forgot almost all of these. And I write them into the little thing. Go Bowling and Get Some Nudes. Scott, Nino Kuni 2 is coming to PC. Hey, Scott.
Don't forget those nudes, by the way.
Don't forget those. It's hot nudes. It's NOODS for any listeners at home that are concerned. Hey, Scott, guess what? Make Tachanka great again. Oh, my God. All right, maybe that one didn't age that well. Kingdom Hearts in whatever minutes. Shoes. The sack's good for you. Tell me about Boy. Teach Alex how to jungle. Live your life in funky mode. Bless online. Trash media. I'm not trusting Nomura. I don't remember how we pronounce this, but it's CBHHDOS. Oh God, that was like I feel like that was like an abbreviation or something. Will a big boy slip? Get the DDD in there. Tony is a league. Fisher Price Fortnite. My hands are cold. Bagelhead. A life of bad decisions and crime. that was really fucking good. Castlevania, Rihanna of Blood, How Lowly Can You Go, A Very Serious Podcast, Irrational Passions Cross OK Beast, It's Like Leet, Untitled, The Raid Betrayal, Destiny is Ruining Alex's Life, Wingardium Leviosa, 420 Boner _ Big Boy Jr. I think you missed that one, Navashin, but it was a goodie. Dadfinitive Edition. It's not video games. That's not video games. That's a bad decision, which is episode 400, which is very good. Custom Labo, Oscar Bait Game, Professor Oak's Pokemon Candy Blender, Fireside Buddies, At the Bottom of the Day. Oh yeah, and I Stole Kingdom Hearts 3. I Stole Kingdom Hearts 3 is great just for Tony's fucking bid on that.
I thought it was funny.
It was so good. All right, I bumped out a couple in there.
I bumped out a few as well.
Yeah. Make Tachanka great again is very good. I like it's poor taste, but it's also very fucking funny.
Blessed Online is only funny because Blessing was on that show.
Yes.
I just wanted to point that out for the context.
Yes. What are, like, before we start cutting all of these, I'm trying to remember some of these.
Yeah, like for this one, that's not video games. That's a bad decision.
It's very good. It's very good.
The context doesn't hold up anymore.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because
it was definitely something Scott said.
It was definitely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This was about the Naruto Shippuden's.
Oh yeah,
thing that you bought.
That's right.
Like, do you even like these games? As it turned out, a week later,
I did. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I like these games.
It worked out.
Like, all right, that's fair.
I don't remember like the Fisher Price Fortnite joke.
Andrew was on that show. I can't remember the reason why we said that, but that was definitely when he was on the
Maybe
show.
I was dunking on him because he likes Fortnite. At the time, he liked Fortnite. I don't think he likes Fortnite anymore. It's very good. I don't remember A Life of Bad Decisions and Crime at all, but it is so good. I do remember Castlevania Rihanna of Blood. And 420 boner _ big boy junior was when we for you, Nabish, because you weren't on that episode. I think you probably listened to it though. It was when we were talking about the PSN name changes. Of like, I'm never gonna give up my fucking PSN name 420 big boner _ big boy junior. And it's still very funny to me. Okay, I think that's all. So we can let's go through and cut everything. There is a Google Doc. People will not be able to see it this year. Unfortunately.
Not even in a video?
No, because it would destroy my poor little computer.
Okay.
Just the way we broadcast this show now. Yeah, through how lowly can you go? Cool. All right, we've narrowed it down. Whoops, did not mean to do that. We've narrowed it down to Anti-Jam Fam. These keys are best keys, which I also don't remember.
I don't remember that one.
Live Your Life in Funky Mode. Will a Big Boy Slip? Fisher Price Fortnite. A Life of Bad Decisions and Crime. Castlevania Rihanna of Blood. 420 Big Boy Boner _ Big Boy Junior. That is really a tongue twister. That's not video games. That's a bad decision. And I stole Kingdom Hearts. What is the these keys bit? Tony, do you guys remember?
The only thing I remember about it was a Russian accent.
Oh yeah, I forgot the accent part of it.
This is when you were telling us why you use ESDF.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
These keys with this keys.
the video's so good.
That's right. The guy that did like the custom mapping of his fucking keys.
I completely forgot until you said a Russian accent.
Holy shit, dude! Oh, that was a good bit.
That's so. That video has literally defined my fucking style of playing PC games.
I know
for years.
Because those keys are the best keys.
They are.
Let me show you about my fucking home row. Okay, these keys are best keys can hang. I don't know if it's gonna be top 3 material here. What do we feel the strongest about here? I'm trying to.
Life of Bad Decisions and Crime seems like that's a lot.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, and then like in that vein, I just gotta said 2 things with bad decisions in it is
Yeah, I think
that much weaker.
A Life of Bad Decisions and Crime is stronger than that's not video games, that's a bad decision. I appreciate how often bad decision comes into our titles. It's almost like a running theme. Fisher Price Fortnite, I feel like it's not going to hang.
No. I think that was because it's on the Switch. That's why we said that.
Maybe, yeah. Or we were talking about something. Every time I hear Fisher Price, I think of the Wii U gamepad. So I don't know. Yeah. You get it. Anti-Jam Fam is the voice of a generation, so we can keep that around for a little bit.
Yeah, I actually do like that.
Our jam versus jelly conversation was very good. I keep forgetting that that was the very beginning of the year. It's been so long.
Will a Big Boy Slip stay on there?
Probably not, because it's a very appropriative joke. But I will reiterate the phrase "Will a big boy slip" is still independently one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. And I know you're with me on that, Nabishan.
Mm-hmm.
Live Your Life in Funky Mode?
Nah.
Okay. I feel like that is a Tony title, though.
Was it?
No, but
I'm pretty sure that was the U title.
no, but I just feel like that's like a thing that you would stand behind, Tony, like a like a platform that you would get behind.
If I were running for president of the United States, I would be all about living my life in funky mode.
I could have sworn you were gonna bait and switch to 420 boner underscore.
Big Boy Junior. I really like that title.
If I can just keep one, honestly, like for me personally, like the Castlevania React Blood. I think that was a clever moment. I think that's one of the most clever titles I've ever written, and that was on the spot, and I feel good about it. That's the only one I want to keep.
Okay.
Any other ones?
I was gonna say we should cut Castlevania Rihanna of Blood, but here we are, and I will respect that. How about these keys are best keys, life, bad decisions, and crime in Castlevania Rihanna of Blood? Then
I think that's good.
I have really liked these keys are
I
best
was just
keys.
about to cut Anti-Jam Fam and then 420 Big Boy Jr.
420 Big Boy Jr. is funny. But it probably doesn't hold up. We'll revisit that when.
Here's the thing: it doesn't hold up 10 minutes into our deliberations.
It's true. I still Kingdom Hearts 3 is very good though. Not to discredit it. All right. Of these three, honestly, like now that we've talked about it again, I really like these keys are best keys.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, it's really funny. And it has really it's defined Tony's life in a way that few things have, I think. All right, best IPP title of 2018. These keys are best. These keys are best keys. From
video uploaded to YouTube 7 years ago.
7 years ago, dude. 2011. What a year. I guess 2012 now. Time flies. That's episode 366. I don't even remember how that came up in conversation. I think you were talking about, you like casually mentioned that like video when you were talking about how you map your keys, and I was
something about using ESDF instead of WASD for something, and having that be like oddly familiar to me because of how I used to play.
Yeah, and I remember like saying like, no, we have to talk about this. What are you talking about? The two runners up are A Life of Bad Decisions and Crime, which is just very funny, which is episode 388, and Castlevania Rihanna of Blood, which is episode 389. Back to back, good titles. So shout out to them. Also, I forgot to read it. The category description is our favorite title from our recordings of Irrational Passions in 2018. The next category, most irrational game. You've written here an option not necessarily defined, but unusual, but usually refers to our favorite bizarre game. That's fair. But yes, I think it is like it's an ethereal category. It doesn't have a firm definition. Right now we have Monster Hunter World, Yakuza 6, Far Cry 5, Sushi Striker Way of Sushido, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Soul Calibur 6, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, The Missing, and Donut County. Is there anything missing? I'm trying to think of.
Not that I can think of.
Yeah.
Not that I would count.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's no Let It Die this year.
Yeah, there is no Let It Die. Was that last year's?
That was like 2 years ago.
I don't remember when Let It Die dropped. I guess it was during a PSX that I was attending, so it must have been 2 years ago. Man, what a weird game. Still thinking about Let It Die, Tony?
No.
All right. I was just asking. I was just curious if it crossed your mind at all. I don't know. I feel like none of these games are that weird or irrational. Yakuza 6.
Donut County's up there.
Donut County is one I was going to say for sure. I assume The Missing is very weird.
Not as weird as you think, but there are moments, definitely.
Yakuza 6 is fucking weird. I'll let y'all know. Let you in a little secret. Yakuza 6 gets weird. Beat Takeshi's in it. who is a very old Japanese actor, and he fucking crushes it. But he's also one of the weirdest characters. Let me say, for the case of Yakuza 6, I'm sorry, Naoshina, you were talking about the missing. I just totally cut you off.
Oh, you're fine. Only thing I was gonna say, like, as far as Irrational, and it's a dumb thing, but like, because it was a big thing when it when it released, or when it was put out there, the Call of Duty Black Ops 4, where the eyes are four eyes instead of like the Roman numeral 4.
Yeah.
And people had like a big stink about it for a long time. That's the only reason I would say that one, but never mind. You were saying
seeing it written though still makes me uncomfortable, and I feel like I saw Scott like hovering his cursor over
I know
it.
that's the reason I brought it up. I saw Scott
Because he's like, this isn't fucking right. This is disgusting. And I'm here sitting, like, even though that is the right way to write it down with 4 eyes, I agree with you, Scott, and it's disgusting. And what have you done?
Well, I'm hovering over this and Smash Bros. Simply because I'm like, these are the 2 first that are count as what is it? I guess the games that don't exactly belong here in comparison with the rest.
Yeah, we could probably get rid of those too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene in Yakuza 6. There's a subplot of that game, without spoiling anything, where you are trying to keep a baby safe. Kiryu kind of gets stuck with daddy duty, and he has to take care of this baby. There's a scene where you have to walk slowly back to your apartment, and you have to stop every couple of feet to like play with the baby because he keeps crying, and it's nighttime. You don't want to wake anybody up. I think that's the reason. It's probably something else, but and it cuts to a first-person minigame where you have to like lift the baby, which you do, I believe, with the motion controls of the DualShock 4. And you have to like kind of shake the baby, not shake the baby. I shouldn't say that.
Rock the baby.
Rock the baby. Thank you, Navishin.
Shake.
You have to violently shake this baby. There is then a scene a few chapters later in the game where people are trying to kill the baby. I think I don't think they're trying to kill the baby. They're trying to get the baby. For whatever reason. It doesn't matter. And the ragtag group of characters that you roll with in that game are trying to protect the baby. And they're in an ancient temple. And the people attacking them are dressed like all black with masks on. And they literally at some point toss the baby around like what's the game where
you do of a little person, you mean?
No,
okay, I'm sorry.
You're fine. No,
hot potato?
Hot potato, yeah. Kind of like hot potato.
I thought you were talking about the other one.
In the middle, something in the middle is what I was thinking of. But they're like throwing this baby like dozens of feet in the air to one another to keep the child away from these masked men trying to kidnap him. And I saw it like before I had even finished Yakuza 6, I saw it like as a breakout video on Twitter, and I was like, all right, this game is onto some shit. If I can find it, I'll send it to you guys, but it is the most bizarre shit I've seen all year. And it's also delightful. So that would be my case for Yakuza 6 being the most irrational game. Wow, no contenders.
No, I agree with you.
As far as Soul Calibur 6, we could take that one off, but like the only reason I even put it on this list was because of the character creator.
Yeah, do you remember my son Skelly?
Yeah,
I know Scott remembers Skelly
on this list.
Yeah, I could see Soul Calibur 6 being on this list for that character creator, Nobishin. That's what I was thinking of too.
Okay, I wasn't sure anybody knew.
Have you seen Mr. Krabs versus Skeletor?
Yes, dude.
All right.
Yes, I have.
I've seen the Magic Heart one.
Oh my god. There's so many good ones.
Okay, I think that hangs more than even the missing. I think the missing should go.
Okay, we'll do. I know Donut County is a very weird game, so I think that definitely has its spot. So we could do Yakuza Soul Calibur 6 and Donut County. I think that's a good list.
Yeah, that's a good list.
Man, thinking about this character creator.
It gets weird.
It gets
like,
so
like,
weird.
I'm not really a Reddit person, but like that's the one Reddit that I've subscribed to is like the Soul Calibur character creator because I was so super into that for a good long while. And it's just like it's everything. Like it's Urkel. It's
Yep.
it's
Seen that one. It's very good.
I've seen Sandy Cheeks versus Goku.
Yeah. Yep. It was just great. It's so great that sentence exists. I'll say like the best part about the character creator, and I think the reason it maybe wins this, is that you just go in and you don't like get to choose from a list. You just hit a button and it gives you something.
Yeah.
And it's just always fucked up. Like it's always something either horrific or incredible or both. And you have absolutely no choice. Like you can like go and download people's, right? If you like, is there like a code you can use to download people's?
As far as I know, you keep doing the random one, but like you could save that person that you see. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's an exact way you can like search and get the exact one that you want.
Yeah, but it's just like it's literally like hit this button for fun, and it never fails. It's very good. Yeah, I'm good with Yakuza 6, or not Yakuza 6, Soul Calibur 6. Sorry, I saw 6 and I was like, what? Because that character creator, and Roger Picorni and I made our beautiful son Skelly, and told his story live during Extra Life. There's an archive of that video. It's probably up by now, so you should go seek that out because that was one of my favorite things we did during Extra Life. Is everyone cool with that?
Yeah, yes.
Most irrational game. Yakuza, or God, I keep feeling the word Yakuza in my mouth. Soul Calibur 6. With runners up being Yakuza 6 and Donut County. Not necessarily defined, but usually refers to our favorite bizarre game. Very accurate. Favorite entertainment distraction. Favorite entertainment media of 2018 that isn't video games. On here we have MCU in review from Kinda Funny, Overlord, Maximilian Dude, 7 Deadly Sims from Giant Bomb, 10-Minute Power Hour from Game Grumps, Avengers Infinity War, Deadpool 2, Black Panther, Incredibles 2, Teen Titans Go to the Movies, My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, Box Peak from Easy Allies, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, All Systems Goku from Giant Bomb, Mass Alex from Giant Bomb, and Reykjavik?
Yes, good job.
Thanks. It kind of looks like Reykjavik, so. Is there anything else? I think we touched on some of Scott and Tony's things here.
Overlord was definitely the one from Tony that I remember. That's why
Right,
I made sure I wrote
and
that down.
can we just extend My Hero just to the anime too?
Yeah,
Just the
I'd be
movie.
comfortable with that because I feel
Hey
like
man, the movie was real good.
that movie was really good.
I'm just saying that they should be packaged together.
Yeah, just My Hero Academia in general. But wasn't that like one last year?
That definitely went last year.
We could take it off.
It's still going.
It is still going. I would probably take it off in favor of different things.
Just leave it there. Just leave the movie there.
All right.
We'll just count it.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Didn't come out this year.
Didn't come out this year. Disqualified.
Can we already just bowl Spider-Verse as far as like one of the top 3?
Yeah. It sucks because like I like a lot of these. Like I know you love Power Hour, for example, Nabashin. I like Power Hour. I would say it's probably like not one of my 3. But yeah, Spider-Verse is like yeah. I'll bump it out. Man, there's been a lot of stuff that I like outside of gaming stuff. I love All Systems Goku. I want to like straight up. Tony, did you listen to all of it as well?
No, I'm kind of falling behind on it, but it's great.
It's so good. Like it legitimately is. it's the same thing of like the Final Fantasy VII thing, Nabishin, of like a very fresh perspective on a very old thing, but very positive and very fun. Like I'll say this, like the things that Jeff and Dan love about that show are all the reasons that like you love that show. Of like not necessarily the fighting, although they do love the fighting and the action, but it's all of the weird shit. Like they are just so enamored with Mr. Satan and everything about him that it like it's come full circle for me in a lot of ways. Of someone who like I was not in on the bit when I was younger and watched Dragon Ball Z, and obviously like the version of Mr. Satan that I got was very different than the original version. But their appreciation of that character is beautiful. And also, like, All Systems Goku is the only secret wrestling podcast that I will ever listen to because most of that is very deep wrestling cut references that I appreciate. So yeah, I really like All Systems Goku, but I really like a lot of things. Mass Alex has been awesome. Another exactly the same thing of like fresh eyes on a thing that is older, but I love. Just so you know, Nabishin, just so you know where I'm at. Started playing Mass Effect 2 again this week.
What?
Yeah, I'm about 8 hours into Mass Effect 2. Hey, that game is fucking great.
Yeah, it holds up.
It holds up, baby. It's crazy. Like I think about that game and Dragon Age Origins Awakening came out in the same year. One of those things holds up. One of those things does not. Yeah, so anyway. But also like in review, just as a series in general, is like maybe one of my favorite Kind of Funny shows ever. Probably my favorite. Like every time I hear, all right, Greg, give us the plot, I get unreasonably excited. And that was
Ooh, that white boy can run.
Ooh, that white boy can run. Every time, yeah, like every episode of the MCU review is like stellar, top to bottom. But the other series they've done are also very good. Like I loved their Spider-Man review and hearing them dunk on all those fucking movies. And X-Men was great, very, very good. A very similar situation. So yeah, like I've had like a lot this year. If anything, like I think, save for Spider-Verse, like all the standalone movies don't hold a candle to most of those things.
I agree.
Scott Nabishin, do you guys, or it's not Scott Nabishin, Scott Tony, do you guys have any things you feel really strongly about?
I mean, honestly, the closest thing that I have, or really the only thing that I have on these lists, is Adventures Infinity War and Two Heroes. So,
Do you feel really strongly about either of them?
no,
I did have a lot of fun going to the movies with you guys.
I did too.
Not that needs to be
good.
Yeah, not
That's
that
about it.
needs to be reflective of like the movie in general, but yeah, it was fun seeing it with you guys. What about you, Tony?
I really got into Mass Alex this year. I watched every episode.
Yeah, I just finished it the other night. Very good.
I'm hyped for the next episodes start
Oh,
coming
they
out.
finished it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
finished
Mass Effect 1, they're finished.
Okay.
1. It's very good.
It's real good.
Dude, I'm so, especially like playing Mass Effect 2 again right now, because that's why I started playing Mass Effect 2. Just for full disclosure, I just watched Alex Navarro finish 1. I was like, man, I got to play 2 right now. I'm doing a FemShed playthrough. It's a whole thing. It's very exciting for me. It's different, but I kind of wanted a little bit something different. Yeah, that I'm with you, Tony. That's been one of my favorite things from this year.
Rip John, dude.
Yeah, dude. Rip.
What's he gonna do? He keeps getting turned into girls all the time.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I would say that should be in the 3.
I just want to shout out Maximilian Dude and Reykjavik. Maximilian Dude, someone I got into because of Dragon Ball Fighters. And then just realized how cool of a guy he was. just like his passion for fighting games, even like old fighting games from like back in the day. Like I've looked for his old YouTube stuff and like with video games and like he's just been like an OG YouTuber who's like pretty much seen it all and done it all. And like he used to be a person who did like segments and like bits and stuff like that. And now he's just a person who streams and like he has this huge fan base. And all he has to do is to stream video games now, not really like really doing anything like not really. He's just being himself. He's just playing games and just being himself, and people just love it because of that. And I'm totally infected with that. And yeah, I just really like his shit now. And Racevic, if you ever look on YouTube and see like those video essays of like Mass Effect like 5 years later or something like that, or Mass Effect 2 like 3 years later or something like that, like he's the guy who did that. And like I just really like the way he did his videos, his video essays. It's been really cool, just like really cool.
You sent me that. I don't remember if I watched it or not. Was it Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 1?
He did all 3. He just did Andromeda like a week ago. That's like the one everyone's been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see his.
I see that it's 57 minutes long too.
Yeah, just like a whole just talking on
a whole dissertation on Mass Effect Andromeda. That's awesome.
Yeah. So like yeah, I just wanted to shout those two out, but yeah, they can go.
I do want to shout out 2 things though that aren't on this list, probably because I didn't. We talked about them separately. Now, movies with Mikey, is very, 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 very good. I didn't really like get into that this year. That was definitely like something I got into last year. Barrett Courtney got me into that. And I actually got into The Completionist this year. Yeah, I know you love him. I would say like I'm not huge deep into The Completionist, but I subscribed. I started watching a lot of his videos. I definitely picked out the games that he's played more recently that like I'm a big fan of. Like he did a really great one on Star Fox Adventures relatively recently. That was cool. It was like cathartic for me in a lot of ways because I have such weird, conflicted, nostalgic feelings for that game. He did a great one on. Oh God, it's gone forever. He has like a lot of great videos from this Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Yeah, he's done a lot of great videos this year, and that's kind of like where I got into him. So, and he's just, I feel like Gerard just is like a very likable human.
100%.
Like he's just earnest and genuine in a way that I feel like few are. I might just put slap in review on there. That can be the third. Shout out to Teens Titans Go to the Movies though, because
for real, dude.
Man, what a sleeper.
So good.
What a great fun movie for absolutely no good reason.
100%.
Like that is just a fun movie.
Did you want to say something about Overlord, Tony, before we just
real good?
Would you say it's
so good?
Would you say it's real good?
Yeah.
Is season 2 better than season 1?
Season 2 is a necessary evil that is slightly worse than season 1 in order to make season 3 better than.
Okay, but season 3 is the GOAT.
Season 3 is real good. But yeah, season 2 it built up a bunch of the other characters that weren't focused on season 1, so that they were important to you during season 3.
Okay, I didn't realize.
Still a good season, but not as good as the other two, but still very interesting. I think that the whole show is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea, really cool concept. And I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is a safe place, so I'm gonna tell y'all. Avengers: Infinity War has soured on me quite a bit since it came out.
Same. I didn't even see it, but I like it less.
I fucking love you, Tony. All right, yeah. Let's cut it to in review. I think that is like such a good strong third.
Okay.
But shout out to everything on this list. It was a good year for like non gaming stuff for me, I think. Yeah, man, Spider-Verse, like I heard that game is not, or that movie is not doing super great. I don't
Most
know.
good things aren't. That's the thing I've learned in life. It's just like,
it's maybe like the saddest I've ever been about anything. Like, that movie's fucking incredible. Like, I saw Spider-Verse on Christmas night with my two brothers, and it's like, which I was really looking forward to, but it is the most it is so reflective of my relationship with my brothers that my oldest brother like loved it and adored it for all the same reasons that I did, and my middle brother just dunked on all of these things that I loved about it. Maybe we can talk about it off cam, Nabishin, because I just think you would be in the same boat as me, where he's like saying all these really negative things about it right after we watched it, and I'm just like, okay. Afterwards, I was like, I don't care. Like,
right.
Yeah, it's just, that movie is like another thing that like didn't hit me until like days after I had seen it, was like, it's a PG movie. It's not a PG-13 movie.
Exactly.
And I didn't even realize it because of the way in which it is written. Like, that movie does not like talk down to you at any point ever. It's really impressive. It's my favorite animated movie ever. And yeah, you should go see it if you haven't already. Luckily, I know a lot of people that have gone back and seen it multiple times.
Yeah, I know a ton of people who watched it multiple times.
Yeah, so shout out to Trevor Starkey for seeing that movie literally 73 times or something like that. But I think that should take it, even though I can't indent things worth shit. So, favorite entertainment distraction. What have we called this category in the past?
It used to be just movie
categories for movies and TV shows.
Yeah. Goes to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, with runners-up being MCU and Review from Kind of Funny and Mass Alex from Giant Bomb. It's a good list. Check those things out. Check most of those things out that we talked about before everything got cut. Very good. Let's see. This is the big one. Do you want to do this one last, Nabishin? Because it's a little bit more stressful. Strenuous, I should say.
Sure.
Okay. We'll do most valuable guest then. MVG, most valuable guest to appear on Irrational Passions podcast in 2018. Our 3 favorite guests that appeared on Irrational Passions purely by number of votes for our 5 favorites. These are all the guests we've had on the podcast in 2018. Brant Range, Jessica Howard, Joe Ruffler, or Roofler. I always get that wrong. I don't know which one it is. Caitlin Galees-Rowe, Barrett Courtney, Max Roberts, Blessing Adeoye, Miranda Pomar, Jake James Lugo, Logan Moore, Moises Tavares, Andrew Taylor, and Evan Wall. I hope Evan never listens to this, even though I know for a fact he won't. I think we should cut Evan. No, I'm just kidding. I won't say that. So,
how many votes do I get?
You have 5 votes?
You get 5, but you have to pick a different one each time.
I'm voting for Evan 5 times, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
If you wanted to give all of your votes to Evan,
what's gonna happen is you're gonna give all your votes to Evan. We're gonna count it once.
No, I would count it 5. I would give you 5 on that. But then Evan would automatically win. So yeah, I guess we won't do that. We don't have a lot of voting categories, just for full disclosure for new listeners. We have 2, most valuable guest and best song. We typically deliberate down to kind of like the winner. But this one is just very impersonal. So what, we pick 5 of the list?
Right.
Okay.
Maybe you should do 3.
I feel like it's a short list. We should probably do 3.
Yeah. So we all just pick 3.
Okay. I'm writing mine down. God, man.
Done.
I fucked up already. Yes. I have to choose between my boys now.
All right, question.
Yeah.
Just so I'm double checking, it's how many of these people have covered for me when I was gone? Because
That's
I
a
know
good
there was a
question.
few.
I feel like Brant might have covered for you once.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't remember who else was on the cast when these folks were on. I feel like we were all there when Barrett was there, I think. Because it was like a 20-year long podcast.
Yes.
And Barrett got like fucking shwasted. I don't think we were all there for Max. And we were all there when Blessing was on. I think we were all there when Miranda was on. Shout out to Miranda.
Right. I think I missed Jessica.
Jess, yeah, I don't think you were on when Jess was on. She's cool. She's a cool person.
Yep.
Mazel tov. Congrats on getting married, Jess. We'll get your husband on soon, I promise, once I start putting guests on. He is a good boy. All right, I got my 3.
Same.
Tony?
So same.
All right, I want Tony to say his first.
Okay, so my 3 are Evan Wall,
Okay.
All
right.
and Evan Wall.
Huh.
Okay.
But I'd pick 3 different ones if you want. I picked Evan, Andrew, and Barrett.
Okay. I picked Jess, Barrett, and Logan Moore. The 2 I was stuck between was Logan and Moises, but Moises never responds to my text messages, so fuck Moises.
Mine is Jessica Howard, Blessing, and Barrett.
Barrett's getting all the fucking love. All right, Scott.
All right. Where? That's so dumb. It's mostly because I can't see it. I had Brant. Then I had Logan. Then I had Andrew.
Ooh, we got a 3-way tie here.
Only for second place.
Yeah.
Which we don't rank these. There's just one winner.
Is it?
Which is
I would
bad.
like to retract my other votes and move them all to Evan Wall.
It's too late. Well, congratulations, Barrett, since you have now won as our most valuable guest. It was a landslide, much like Nato Johnson had last year. And then
Remember 2 years ago when he made a video when he wasn't winner of this?
yes, it's come full circle. All you had to do was get hired by Kind of Funny Barrett, and then you got in our good graces. No, I love that boy. So that would be. So we have 3 winners, right, for this?
Yes, 3 winners. So what we should do is take Barrett out, and then all the ones that we voted for, we'll put it down there, and I think we'll just do 2 from the ones that are left.
Okay. So.
Blessing. Okay.
Oh yeah, Blessing had a vote. Yeah, I totally misunderstood.
Well, no, it's shouldn't we keep to everyone who has 2 votes?
We could, but this will
Because
kind of
just simply because there's enough.
it'll leave it open. And Evan had a 1 vote, right?
Yes.
I was gonna. Oh, okay.
Nino Cooney too.
Cooney too.
That's
My
not
favorite
how-
guest.
It came full circle. Yeah, my favorite guest. All right, excluding Barrett. Now we vote again.
Yes.
Hopefully with more crossover. You get 2 votes this time.
Just 2. All right.
I'll stick with my guns. All right. I did I would say Evan, This is my dark horse late game twist. And Logan Moore. I guess I gotta stick with my boy.
I will choose Andrew and Blessing.
All right, Andrew had one of these left over, so.
I went and I just starred.
Oh.
Stuck with the two guys I think.
Oh, Brant and Andrew. Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense. Tony?
Going for the Evan Wall. And we're going for Andrew.
All right.
We got it.
Andrew, Evan, and Barrett. Thank you to everyone, though. Obviously, this is more for shits and giggles than it isn't. But yeah, thank you to everyone who agreed to coming on a fucking 3+ hour podcast at any point ever.
You the best.
Like I have a lot of people ask me like, how do I get on Irrational Passions podcast? And it's always like a thing where like I would invite you on as the person what organizes guests. I just feel sometimes really shy or chagrin inviting people on a podcast that I know might last longer than 3 hours. So I appreciate everyone who has spent hours of their time talking to us Chucklefucks. But yeah, congrats to Barrett, Andrew, and Evan, our most valuable
to
guests.
answer that question, it's 1, ask Alex.
Mm-hmm.
2, free up your Saturday from 7:30 and on.
Yeah, 7:30 to whenever, man. It could go forever.
Basically, podcast, bet.
Yes.
This
Podcast
is the
bet.
easiest time zone. So I guess that would be that's like 4:30 for the West Coast guys.
Yeah, it's easier on the West Coast people for sure. But then again, they have to kind of like commit to 4 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to our last category for the day. Favorite Nabashin opener. Nabashin, you open the podcast. When I introduce you, you will say something different every single episode.
Mm-hmm.
There were times when you were concerned that you wouldn't be able to keep it up, but here we are. Well, you joined
It's weird, right?
I know. Episode 100 you came in on. 300 episodes later. Not that you've been on every single episode since then, but you've certainly been on most of them. And that's not including like spin-off, one-off episodes, spoiler cast, things like that, where you also do a similar thing for those. Always bringing a little bit of joy or a very, very, very specific reference to the opening of our shows, and I appreciate that. You said most favorable line read from your boy Brian Nabashin Jackson, which I really like. So we're just gonna do this once for listeners at home, because some of these are very long. I'm gonna say the episode number, and then Nabashin is gonna reenact his intro, and then Tony, Scott, and I will choose our favorites from those. This was also the year of, since you joined, that you were on the least episodes of Irrational Passions podcast.
Yeah.
Single tear rolls down my cheek gently. Are you ready, bud?
Yep.
All right. Episode 362.
Sure, why not? I am the token black guy. I'm just with a smile, stay out of conversation, just say things like, damn, shit, and that is whack.
Episode 363.
You're about to find out what it's like to fight a real Super Saiyan, and I'm not talking about Goku.
Episode 364.
Yeah!
A personal favorite of mine. Episode 365.
What's going on, everybody?
367.
Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
What is that from?
The Simpsons, the steamed ham shit. That was like a thing at the beginning of this year.
That's right, yeah.
Everybody forgot about it again.
368.
He split Robin's arrow in twain.
Episode 369.
It is now time for Ore Wars. Vindicated! I am selfish! I am wrong! I am right! I swear I'm right! Swear I knew it all along that I am Wars!
Or Wars. I'm gonna bump that bad boy up. Man, Nabashin, we didn't talk about Or Wars this year, but boy howdy. It was some good shit. Episode 370.
Push it to the limit. Push it to the limit. Man, I got a stinky dick. My dick stinks. Yeah, my dick does stink. Stinky dick. Push it to the limit.
I want people to know, for a lot of these, Nabashin just has little abbreviations of what, because he doesn't have, some of them are fully written out, like the full script. Some of them are like little, just like asterisks to abbreviate, like Or Wars is just Or Wars with asterisks around it. And I assume you just know all of these. They're just in you. They're a part of you.
This is who I am.
This is who you are. You're beautiful. Episode 372.
For too long I've been purged of thirst without and unable to quench it. Too long I've been starving to death and haven't died. I feel nothing, not the wind on my face, nor the spray of the sea, nor the warmth of a woman's flesh. You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
And then Nabashin drinks wine and it pours through his open rib cage. It's very cool. It's a very cool effect. Visual effects out of this world. Episode 374.
The hands of death could not defeat me. The sisters of fate could not hold me. And you will not live to see the end of this day. I will have my revenge.
I like that one too. Episode 375.
How's it going, dude?
378.
All I need is a good defense, 'cause I'm feeling like a criminal. But I need to be redeemed to the one I sinned against, 'cause he's all I ever knew of love.
Man, again, just criminal is written on this list. I want to emphasize that. 379.
Maximum effort.
380.
Irrational Passions Podcast グランドスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
That one's probably not going to age well. Episode 381.
I love the boys and they love me.
382.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
That was 382, yes. 383.
Can I get a water?
Can I get a water? Can I get a water? God, that was so fucking funny. 385.
Oh, pray for me.
386.
Fuck Batman.
387.
I'm the video game boy. I'm the one who wins.
388.
Crack an egg on it. Caw-caw!
Again, Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Surprisingly great. 389.
Whoa. Let me tell you something, Jaybird. Batman doesn't do ships, as in relationships. There is no us. Batman and Joker are not a thing. I don't need you. I don't need anyone. You mean nothing to me. No one does.
Is that from something? I mean,
The Lego Batman movie?
that's what I thought it was from the Lego Batman movie. That was the one I didn't recognize. The one Batman reference that I didn't. 390.
Wow!
393.
Little pig, little pig!
Again, I will say a lot of these, especially this year, are placating to my interests. 396.
For you, for you.
397.
3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me?
Episode 400.
Scott, I love you. You may not believe this, but I love you. Am I supposed to just turn my back and leave? Am I supposed to be a man? Am I supposed to say, that's okay, I don't mind? I don't mind. Well, I mind. I mind big time. And you know what's the worst part is? I never learned to read.
Still good.
Yep.
I remember with Scott, we were all very surprised by that one.
It's coming out.
402.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to skate uphill.
403.
Is it cold in here? I said it must be the Tauros in the atmosphere. I said burn.
I don't remember that one. I'm gonna be honest. 404.
Lenny.
406.
Stop calling me.
That's it. The end. I went through and I bumped up a few. Tony, Scott, did you guys have any other ones?
Honestly, I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nabishin, do you have any ones that you're personally attached to? I know you typically stand back on this category, but just want to make sure. I'll take that as a no.
I think you nailed them.
All right. I did get the big ones. So I'm cutting it out real quick, and then we'll go over the ones that I kind of narrowed it down to. So the one, we have 6 here. 369, which is the Ore Wars bit, for folks that don't know. Watch or listen to Easy Alley's podcast. 374, The Hands of Death Could Not... It's the Kratos monologue, which I just think is very funny. Especially out of context, I think it's very funny. Episode 378, which is Criminal. 381, which is I Love the Boys and They Love Me, which again is just very funny. Another great... that's the Aaron Hansen quote, right?
No, that is a Greg Miller quote.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Nabishin, your microphone got unplugged.
Yeah, I realized that. Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Got to make sure you're still recording.
Yeah, definitely still recording. Definitely not still recording.
Mm-hmm.
I think it happened like right after I finished.
It was right after you finished. Because it's when you cut out for us.
Makes more sense.
You're going to have to probably switch it back over in Discord, too, if it's plugged back in. Oh, I forgot that Greg Miller. I love the boys and they love me. Man, that's up there with If I'm Lying, I'm Dying, which is a very good Greg Miller quote. Let me know when you're ready, Nabishin. Push to the limit. Are you ready? Are you talking, Nabishin? Because we can't hear you.
Hello?
Hello?
My friend?
Hello?
There we go.
He's back.
Hold on. Let me save this. Sorry.
You're good.
It really did stop right at the end. So
It's
that's
perfect
funny.
timing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See. To make a whole nother project. All right, New Destiny. Let's go.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I can find it. Cool. Nice little hot pop for me to find where this is.
Hot pop.
Episode 387. I'm the video games boy. I'm the one who wins, which is an Aaron Hansen quote. And that one you can fucking take to the grave. I still think that's just the funniest fucking thing in the world. And then obviously episode 400, your monologue to Scott. What is this a reference to?
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, that's right. I had to ask then. I have to ask now. I've never seen Wayne's World, which I know. What do you guys like, Scott, Tony?
I like War Wars a lot.
Yes.
I'm surprised you like that, Tony.
It's a very good bit.
So out of nowhere and stupid.
It's
But-
funny.
I appreciate that.
It's really funny. You do a very good version of it as well.
I also like I never learned to read. That whole bit's hilarious.
It's very funny.
Yeah,
It makes me want to watch Wayne's
that's
World.
my favorite from this one.
Yeah, I would say like the one I feel strongly about is the I'm the video games boy, I'm the one who wins. Just because I've shouted that at Nabishin many times for no particular reason. And I think it's very funny. Okay, I think that's a good 3.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's the I never learned to read bit. Including Scott in it is a little cheap, but totally is effective.
It was fully left field, including me into it.
Yes, it was so fucking funny. Because again, none of us were anticipating it. Do you still? You will occasionally, for listeners who like, if you're watching the podcast live or whatever, kind of enjoying along with us, you will occasionally go out of your way to tweet for reference as to what you were referencing with your Nabishin intro as well. So after we finish recording the podcast, so Saturday nights, if you're watching live. So if people ever want to kind of get clued in on a particular one, they can look out for that. That's it. That's today. It's the last category. To do a little recap right here. Best IPP title of 2018 is the title for episode 366. These skis are best skis. With actually, Tony, I want you to do it because you do the best version of it.
What?
These skis are best skis.
Hold on. It's got to come to me. It's got to be in the moment.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll wait. Just put you on blast real quick.
Fucking hate you.
With runners-up being A Life of Bad Decisions and Crime from 388 and Castlevania Rihanna of Blood from 389. Most irrational game is Soul Calibur 6. Runners-up being Yakuza 6 and Donut County. Favorite entertainment distraction is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. With runners-up being MCU in Review from Kind of Funny and Mass Alex from Giant Bomb. Our favorite Nabishin opener is the I Never Learned to Read Wayne's World reference from episode 400, with runner-ups being the Or Wars from 369 and I'm the Video Game Boy, I'm the One Who Wins from 387. And our most valuable guests, our MVGs for Irrational Passions podcast in 2018 are Barrett Courtney, Andrew Taylor, and Evan Wall. Got a special.
Evan.
Yeah, there you go, Evan. Now Evan can listen to this podcast and know that Tony was the only one that voted for him. But I voted for him the second time around. That is going to...
Now he knows where his true loyalties should lie. You know what I mean?
Exactly. If he starts up Mine RP again, gets back in the Minecraft server business for you, Tony.
I won't be there, so it doesn't matter.
Tony will leave him fucking high and dry. That is the day 2 of our deliberations. Day 1 of our real deliberations. We will be back tomorrow and an undisclosed number of days after that to finish our Game of the Year deliberations. We'll talk about video games, probably the next one.
More fights.
More fights. more tights, more flights. Thanks, Nomishin, Scott, Tony, for joining me. I've been Alex. We'll talk to you all tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You can stop recording now. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum. Bum, ba-da-bum.